Hey guys, welcome to my channel. I'm Kristen, and today I'm going to share with you guys some amazing DIYs with the $1 crates from Michael's and the Dollar Tree. So let's get into the video. First DIY, you'll need 2 of these crates, 2 Jenga blocks, this orange color or any type of orange color, and I'm using this chocolate bar by Apple Barrel. So the first thing I'm going to do is paint both of these crates with that Arteza orange color. So I picked up these crates at Michael's. They're 99 cents all the time there, and if you use a 20% off coupon, they're just a little bit cheaper than that. So I waited for these to dry. If you haven't already guessed what we're making some pumpkins. I painted that Jenga block with that chocolate bar color, cut them in half with these miter shears. I love these miter shears. To cut Jenga blocks is a little bit tough, but you can eventually get it. So I cut it in half so I can make some cute little stems. I really wish I could find those wood stems that Dollar Tree used to carry. I feel like I haven't found them in years, but those were super fun to use for fall crafts. But we're just gonna go with Jenga blocks. So if you don't have these or don't want to use these, go outside and cut a stem off of your tree. A tree branch, not a stem, branch. That's what I meant to say. And I'm just using this straw or this grass. I think I actually picked this up around Easter time. I don't know. I've had that for so many years. I'm not even sure where it came from, but I think you can pick that up at Dollar Tree too. I'm just using some boxwood greenery just to give it this a little bit more like embellishments, a little bit more something to the top, just to make it look like a pumpkin. Using these gingham bows, I picked these up at Amazon, and to finish these off, I just used some antique wax by Waverly just to dry brush this a little bit to make these look like they just came out of a pumpkin patch. And that is all I did for these 2 cute little crate pumpkins. DIY, I'll be using one of these crates, and I think this one was actually from the Dollar Tree. This is the color Khaki by Apple Barrel, and I'm just going to be painting this entire thing. Once that is done, I used my Cricut to cut out this apple picking 25 cents because we're going to turn this into a wagon. I was thinking first off I'd turn it into a wheelbarrow, but I didn't have the items to use it, and I'm like, let's just figure out something, figure out what I have. Let's just go with what I have. I'm really trying to use up a lot of items that I already have sitting around. I've had these crates for months on end and I've not done anything with them. So I had these little wood cutouts. These were from Dollar Tree as well. It just came in a pack with a bunch of different types of little wood cutouts, and I've barely used any of them, but they're still pretty fun. So I had these little circles, and I'm just putting some hot glue on the crate to make some fun wheels. Trust me, I will paint these when I'm done. I was just kind of going with the flow and trying to figure it out as I was going. Using a Jenga block for the bottom because I needed something to hold the little wagon handle. Using a wooden dowel, I cut it down, and then I had another little wooden piece or wooden shaped piece from Dollar Tree, and I'm just cutting it out to look like a triangle to make it look like the handle as well. So glued that, and then I'm just using that antique wax by Waverly to paint the wheels and that Jenga block. Although it's at the bottom, I just painted the entire thing, and then I painted the handle as well. Just adding some more of that straw, that's what I'm going to call it, to this wagon. You're going to see a trend because I use it pretty much every single DIY. And I'm throwing in some apples. These apples were from Amazon, and if I can find them, I picked them up last year, but if I can find them, I'll link them below for you guys. But they're so cute, and it comes with a ton of them, not just a few, a ton. The rest is just packed away with my fall decor until I decide to get all that out. But here we go, a cute little wagon. Only cost a couple bucks. I'll be using the color khaki, orange, and white. As you can tell, I am not a paint snob whatsoever because I love Arteza. We have Apple Barrel, we have Waverly chalk paint, we have all the types of paints. I'm just going to be painting the top of this crate orange. So I'm doing the one part. I also do the back side too, but I didn't really show that because you kind of, you get the gist of me painting. But I'm painting the entire top orange because the top needed a color and I thought orange would work. And then we're going to go down to the second layer, and that is going to be white. And then the third little crate piece that is going to be that khaki color. So if you guys are new to my channel, or if you're not new, I love making books out of crates. Normally I like the ones where there is no cracks in between, but you know what, you're going to work with what we have, and I love the way this one turned out. I've never made one for fall or for Halloween or anything like that. Usually I think I started making these like just a farmhouse one. I made a Christmas one, but I love making faux books with these crates. So I just use my Cricut. This is the BFC Clementine font, and I just did pumpkin picking, apple cider, and then I also did hay rides, and you can choose whatever you want, or if you don't have a Cricut, then you could use stickers, whatever you can find at the Dollar Tree. I know they have a ton of like little stickers you could use, or rub-on transfers. So I had the cotton stem ribbon I recently found along with this gingham from Dollar Tree. I decided just to go simple with the gingham, and then I just kind of folded it in and glued it, and you cannot even tell that I glued the inside whatsoever. And then I just made a little bow for the top, glued it on, and that is all I did for this one. Super, super simple. I'll be using 2 of these crates, and I'm using the Waverly chalk paint ink to paint both of them. So painting crates is a very tedious job. It does take some time because you want to get all the cracks, and if you don't, you will definitely be able to see that you did not paint the cracks of these crates. Trust me, I've tried to get away with it. It doesn't work that well. And then once those were dry, I just took my glue gun. I've recently been using a Gorilla Hot glue gun, and I am obsessed with it. I love it. It doesn't drip, none of it. Glued them together. I have 2 of these little chalkboard houses, which I absolutely love. I love decorating my home with like wood and white and black, and I thought this would be great for fall, but it'd also be great for other holidays or all year round decor. So I decided to paint the insides of these black as well, because I'm going to be gluing this together to make a fun little crate, or a fun little toolbox, or I love calling them toolboxes. I know that's probably not the term for it, but I wanted both sides to be black on that house. So I painted them, glued them to the sides, and then since I wanted this to be a year-round decor piece, I did have this little family wooden sign. This was from Walmart on clearance, and I'm just going to be gluing this to the side. Like I said, you don't have to have this for fall, but you could if you wanted to. I'm going to show you how to decorate it and how I'm going to for fall. So glued that, and I like the color of this wood, so I left a lot of it plain. You could paint it a different color if you chose, but I decided to leave it that faux wood color, or that really plain wood. And then I'm grabbing some Jenga blocks, gluing them together, and then I did have to cut one of them because this is going to be the handle. And then once that was glued down, I decided to paint it black just to match everything else and kind of cover up those little cracks with the hot glue. That's totally up to you what you want to do. You could use a wooden dowel for this as well. I did not have any on hand, so we're going to work with this. I actually kind of liked painting it once it was glued. It just seemed to be a little bit easier, and then you didn't have to wait for one side of the paint to dry. You could just go with it, paint it all black. So I'm going to be using some more of that straw, of course, to put inside of this. And then I just had a ton of pumpkins from last year I just added on. So I think a couple are from Walmart, a couple of them are from Dollar Tree, but I'm just really using a lot of the items that I had left over from last year, and I think so far it's working out pretty well. So DIY, I will be using 9 crates, and I'm using the Classic Gray by Minwax to stain all of these crates. So some of the inside did not stain well just because there was so much glue holding them in. These crates I think are also from Michaels as well. I picked up quite a few of them, but I feel like they always have them in stock, and if they don't have my Michaels, they are always online. So if you want to pay the shipping or do pickup or in-store pickup, you can find them there for sure. So I'm just going to take 3 of each of these and glue them together. You could have clamps if you want, but this glue held up pretty well without me having to add clamps. And I just held them for a couple seconds. This is in fast motion, so you didn't have to, you know, watch me do this completely. But I just held them down until they were completely dry. And like I said, I'm doing 3 of 3, so 3 rows of 3, gluing them together. And really this piece, you could do anything with. I was going to just add a bunch more items and glue things, but you know what? I kind of just liked it the way it was because you can take this piece, keep it up year round, and decorate it however you'd like. These crates are a little bit smaller than Dollar Tree or some of Dollar Tree's, so you can't fit a ton in here, but I just added some straw and some pumpkins in the end. And obviously I forgot to paint the back of that one. I just seriously noticed that I did not stain one of the back sides of these. That's too funny that I just noticed after I was editing and everything. Anyways, glue them together and you can stack them upwards, vertical, horizontal, however you want. But like I said, I just added some pumpkins, and then you could add some of those little bottle brush pine trees or Christmas trees. Once Christmas rolls around, you could stack these differently. I just put this on the side, and I love the way this one turned out. You guys, that is it for the video. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, consider sticking around and subscribing. I will see you guys in the next video. Bye!